Long. Short. Short. Long. Short. Long.
Michael Chandler is not wasting any time getting to work. And honestly, you can tell this guy is all business right now. With the historic White House fight card officially announced, which is absolutely massive by the way, Chandler has already begun preparing for his upcoming fight against Mauricio Ruffi. And let me tell you, he's diving in head first. Known for his aggressive pace and willingness to fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, Chandler appears to be looking to bring the absolute chaos to this extraordinary fight card. And when I say chaos, I mean the kind of energy that gets fans out of their seats. With Ruffi's explosive striking skills that we've all seen on display, this fight has all the makings of being an absolute firecracker from the opening bell. The kind of scrap where you can't blink or you'll miss something incredible from Michael Chandler.
At least we've got Huffy versus Chandler. Chandler in big 2025. Insane. In 2026, sorry. Is not the draw they think he is. Huffy is going to knock him out cold. I get he's the American. But is there no one else on the roster they could have had here? I've got a list of people that we're going to go through. And I think Huffy's going to knock out Chandler badly and make a highlight reel out of him and become a star in the process. I understand Huffy's presence, but I would have had a different matchup here. Chandler is... I don't give a fuck about Chandler. He keeps losing. No one cares anymore.
So let's address the bigger picture here because this goes beyond one bad game in Puerto Rico. The WNBA is in the middle of CBA negotiations right now. Players are fighting for better contracts, increased revenue sharing, and improved working conditions. Every single time these women step on the court, they're auditioning not just for their own careers, but for the future of the league. And fans are watching. People tuned in to this Team USA game expecting to see high-level basketball. Instead, they got a disjointed performance that was genuinely hard to watch. The live chat during the game was filled with people saying exactly that. This is difficult to watch. This isn't fun. What's happening out there? That matters because women's basketball is experiencing unprecedented growth right now. Caitlin Clark's rookie season brought millions of new fans to the WNBA. Attendance records were shattered. Television ratings broke through ceilings that had existed for decades. But that growth is fragile. New fans will only stick around if the product on the floor is compelling. And games like this Puerto Rico matchup are not compelling. FIBA has been heavily promoting Caitlin Clark's participation in these qualifiers. There were significantly more fans in the arena for this game than there would have been otherwise. One of the Puerto Rican coach's daughters was holding a sign for Caitlin Clark. That's the kind of star power she brings. But if you're going to leverage that star power to sell tickets and generate interest, you need to actually feature that star in a role where she can succeed. Starting Caitlin Clark isn't about ego or fairness. It's about maximizing the talent on your roster and putting players in positions where they can thrive. When you have someone who just proved they're your best player and you respond by bringing them off the bench and changing their role, you're sending a message. And that message is confusing at best and disrespectful at worst. The next game is against Italy on Saturday. Then there's one more game on Tuesday. 3 games left in this qualifier tournament. Coach Miller has 3 more opportunities to figure out these rotations before this team moves forward to more meaningful competition. The question is whether he'll learn from what clearly didn't work against Puerto Rico or whether he'll continue experimenting with lineups that limit his best players. Because here's the reality. Caitlin Clark earned that starting spot with her performance. Ryan Howard earned it right alongside her. They proved they have chemistry together. They proved they can dominate when given the opportunity. And instead of building on that success, the coaching staff decided to completely change the approach for Game 2. That's not player development. That's not strategic experimentation. That's just poor coaching. And if it continues, It's going to create real problems for this team when they eventually face competition that can actually exploit these kinds of systematic weaknesses. Team USA should be using these qualifiers to build chemistry, establish roles, and develop an identity. Instead, they're creating confusion and frustration while winning games by 40 points. The talent on this roster is undeniable. Paige Buchers, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Ryan Howard, Kelsey Plum, and Kalia Copper. These are elite players who can compete with anyone in the world. But talent only takes you so far when the system doesn't support it. And right now, the system is failing the players who deserve better. So what's your take on this? Should Caitlin Clark be starting for Team USA, or does coming off the bench not matter as long as she gets her minutes? Should coaches prioritize putting their best playmaker in position to succeed, or is this kind of experimentation valuable even when it clearly isn't working? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is far from over. And if you want to catch the next Team USA game live,